Hey guys, Edward here from Edward79, the mixed content creator. Brie and Camembert, or Camembert if you're French. Two cheeses both originating from northern France, and are both similar and different in many ways. But what are the differences between these two of France's soft cheeses? And which one is the better buy overall, regardless of whether you're in France, the USA, or anywhere in between? But before we begin, I should say that just like in my previous cheese comparison video between Emmental and Gruyere Swiss cheese, this comparison video will be arranged as a competition between the two. So it's Brie versus Camembert, or Camembert. Which is the better of the French's creamy cheeses? These two cheeses will be compared in the previous four categories as my previous cheese comparison video. Availability, taste and texture, nutrition and versatility, but also a new one, history. So without further ado, let's get this showdown started. Round 1, availability. Now, both Brie and Camembert are relatively common in US grocery stores. However, if you live in the US, I am so sorry to say that truly authentic Brie and Camembert are not just unavailable, but also illegal in the US. Here's why. You see, the authentic recipe for both of these cheeses call for unpasteurized milk. And because unpasteurized milk and anything made from it is illegal to import into the US, the reason why you can't get authentic versions of either cheese in the States is because it's literally illegal to import here or to even bring back from France. Because of this, most Brie in the US, as that claims to be from France, is one of three things: aged longer than 60 days, is from France, but is made with pasteurized milk to make it legal to import into the US, or a lie altogether. Real Camembert, however, is much rarer, even in its mother country of France, as, get this, over 95% of Camembert sold in France is completely fake. That's an insane amount of fakes, and even then, the real deal is illegal in the not-so-great US of A due to being made with raw milk. Overall, Brie blows Camembert out of the water for this round, as even though truly authentic versions of both cheeses are illegal in the US, at least most Brie on the international market is at least somewhat authentic. Brie 1, Camembert 0. Round 2, taste and texture. Now, similar to the Emmental and Gruyere mentioned in my previous cheese comparison video, the taste difference between Brie and Camembert is by no means drastic, but there are differences. One of the primary differences is between the two French soft cheeses is taste, as while Brie bears a milder taste and is a more refined cheese with a more refined taste, quite obviously, Camembert is slightly stronger and earthier and has a slightly more rustic-like taste to it. The difference in texture is also slight, and both are soft and creamy inside. But overall, Camembert is denser, which is why it seems firmer when you cut into it, while Brie is creamier because of its higher fat content. Overall, the differences are slight, and which one you like based off taste and or texture is entirely up to you. So both cheeses get a point. Brie 2, Camembert 1. Round 3, nutrition. Now, this one's probably also going to be a close one, and nutrition-wise, both cheeses have the upper hand in certain aspects. On the one hand, Camembert kicks butt against Brie in many areas, as Camembert on average has less fat and calories and more vitamin B3, B5, and vitamin and A than Brie, as well as beating Brie in terms of manganese, copper, calcium, phosphorus, and potassium. On the other hand, Brie kicks Camembert to the curb with more protein and iron, as well as also kicking butt in terms of vitamins B1, B12, D, E, and K. On the other hand, the two cheeses are at least roughly equal in terms of carbs, vitamin B2, vitamin B6, folate, magnesium, zinc, and selenium. Overall, even though both cheeses are relatively similar nutritionally, Camembert comes out on top for this round. So it's Brie 2, Camembert 2. Round 4. Versatility. In terms of versatility, Brie and Camembert are pretty much one and the same. Both are delicious raw, either as is or combined with honey, fruit, or nuts. And both are extremely versatile in terms of cooked dishes and are great for baking. However, similar to other cheeses, both Brie and Camembert are commonly eaten with crackers. But in terms of how the French eat them, both cheeses are eaten with bread. As in France, it's widely considered customary to eat not just soft cheese like the aforementioned Brie and Camembert, but any kind of cheese with bread. The bread in question is most commonly baguettes, but also sometimes other types of bread can be used. Also, keep in mind that the French really don't like serving cheese on crackers, as it's believed that doing so weakens the fantastic flavor of the cheese. Overall, in terms of versatility, both Brie and Camembert are extremely versatile cheeses, and both get a point in this round. Brie 3, Camembert 3. Round 5. History. Now, both Brie and Camembert can trace their roots back to northern France, but even though they're both French as a whole, which part of France they come from is a different story. While Camembert comes from the region of Camembert in the region of Normandy in northwestern France, Brie's origins can be traced back to the historic region of Brie in northeastern France, roughly at the modern administrative region of Île-de-France, the region which hosts the national capital, Paris, or Paris if you speak French. Now, when it comes down to it, Brie is way older, as while Brie was possibly made as early as the 7th century AD, Camembert is much younger, only having been developed in the late 18th century AD according to legend. Over 10 centuries later than the earliest archaeological evidence of the production of Brie. But in Camembert's case, contrary to legend, Marie Harel, or however you're supposed to pronounce that last name, did not invent Camembert in 1971. It was already a thing as far back as the late 1600s, even though it was actually originally a type of blue cheese, and the cheese's modern characteristics were only obtained after Marie's death. What she did do, however, was popularize it and start producing it on a larger scale. Now, Brie's history is long and complex, and better saved for a video of its own. But in short, it's been through a lot from the 7th century and being made by monks in the Middle Ages to right now in the present day. Overall, both cheeses present very interesting histories, and both get a point on this final round. Brie 4, Camembert 4. So, in the end, which of these two is better? The ultimate answer? Neither. The two cheeses are remarkably similar in a lot of different ways, but do have their differences, albeit a lot of them slight ones. So ultimately, which of these two of France's delicious soft cheeses you decided to indulge in is completely your decision. And I'm not and I am not stopping you from enjoying whichever of the two you prefer. So there you have it, both the similarities and differences between Brie and Camembert explained. We hope you enjoyed this video. As always, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!